No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so in your holidays, I mean previously, not now, do you all love to go for visiting a zoo or any hill station? You all have went somewhere for
Yes,
your
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
where you have went? I mean,
Ma'am,
which
the zoo park.
places?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. We went to some places.
and what else? Any, I mean, like sanctuary you have visited or any
Ma'am,
hill station? Any hill station or any sanctuary, wildlife sanctuary?
ma'am, hill station when I was small, ma'am, but now I did not visit hill station.
Okay. I'm not talking about these days. Previously, I mean, like 2 years back or 1 year back.
Zoo park I
No
visited,
one,
ma'am.
no one of you
Zoo
have
park.
visited.
I visited zoo park, ma'am.
Okay, only zoo park. You haven't visited any hill station like Shimla, Ooty, or
Ooty I had visited, ma'am.
Ma'am, we went to Darjeeling, ma'am, border.
okay, that's fine. How was it? How was the weather there?
Very cool, ma'am. It's too cool.
Yeah, it's
I
very
went to desert, ma'am, desert.
okay.
China border, ma'am.
Okay, where you have it? Eighth. Yes,
In Darjeeling, ma'am.
everyone are there. Dhruv Kumar. I think he has joined. Dhruv, are you there? Yeah, he's there.
Yes, ma'am.
Dhruv is there.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
Dhruv is here, ma'am. Okay. Yeah, Dhruv, you called, I think, because you were not getting the link.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, children. So, so you all have visited so many nice places. We all had a very nice experience, I think. Even I have visited Ooty. So it is very cool out there because it is located at hilly area in a hill station. So because of its altitude, I mean, it's near to the sky. So many clouds will be. It appears like we are touching the clouds, isn't it? So we find different types of climates, children, compared to the place which we live in Warangal. Is it similar to that of the other places?
No, ma'am.
No, it's not same. Why? Why it is there? Why it's like that? Can you give me the reason why it is different? Why it is very hot here and why it is very cold there in the hill station?
Ma'am, because of the zones of the earth, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because of the zones of the earth. Even children, if we someone of you have visited zoo park and even the sanctuary, wildlife sanctuaries, so we find different types of animals, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And even if you see yourselves also, even if we see the human beings, we find a variety. One, your brother's face or your friend's face will not resemble your face, isn't it? They are different. Even in animals also, there are so many different
Yes,
species,
ma'am.
there are so many different animals. So, so children. So this is called as diversity. So today we are going to discuss about that. We are going to learn about that. Can anyone just guess what we are going to learn today?
About
Biodiversity, ma'am.
biodiversity.
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 Okay, good.
Biodiversity.
Biodiversity. So what is meant by biodiversity, children? What is meant by biodiversity?
Ma'am, all plants and animals together, ma'am.
Hmm.
Hello.
What
Ma'am,
is meant by diversity?
Diversity means all together, ma'am.
Diversity in the sense there are existence of
ma'am, all
variety.
organisms living
All
together
different
in
kind
unity,
of
Yes,
all different kind of different kind of animals, organisms living together.
Yes, good.
Yes, ma'am. At a particular habitat.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
under one atmosphere. In under one atmosphere, like on Earth, we have we are the Earth is surrounded by an atmospheric layer. There are different types of layers on Earth. If
Yes,
we
ma'am.
just go in detail about that. So there are different types of atmosphere. So in this one, under one atmosphere, we are living. So this atmosphere, there are so many there are varieties of plants, there are varieties of animals living together in a particular region. Can you just assume, can you just think about the world with only one type of animal, one type of bird, and there are no human beings, there are no other varieties, only one variety, only one type of bird, one type of animal, and there are no other types of, I mean, like buildings and nothing on the earth. Can you assume how it would be? The earth would be only
It is
one thing.
very hard to live.
There are no plants on earth, nothing is there, no greenery. How it could
Can't even live, ma'am, without
uh,
this all.
it could be very bad situation. The earth will not be very colorful. The earth is colorful with the help of
Ma'am.
Earth
all the
can't exist
yeah,
itself.
we
Hello,
can't
ma'am.
exist
Hello,
because we
ma'am.
yes,
Ma'am, should we note this down in our notebook?
sorry, I can't understand
Should
what.
we note this, ma'am? Should we note this in our notebooks?
Yeah, when I just ask you to write something, then you can. Okay, just
Okay, ma'am.
keep ready with your books and pen. Okay, because
Okay.
I haven't started yet. We are just introducing the topic.
Okay,
So,
ma'am.
the earth would be very dull and very sad, isn't it? The earth is colorful with
Yes,
a
ma'am.
number of plants, with a number of colorful flowers on the plants. The earth is very colorful. It is green. It appears very nice with the help of all these plants and different types of animals, birds, insects, and there are so many other varieties of organisms which are being living, which are hidden, which we haven't seen it yet, which we haven't discovered them yet. There are so many water animals, isn't it? We haven't seen because we don't go deep into the ocean. But with the help of technology, with the help of television, they are showing us so many varieties in the Discovery Channel, isn't it? We can see so many varieties of uh, animals which are
Yes,
living
ma'am.
in the ocean. So this is called as the biodiversity. If we go in detail
Diversity.
about the definition of biodiversity, children, the existence of a variety of plants, animals, and other living organisms which are living together in a particular region is called as biodiversity. You can underline it in your pen drive. It's mine. Yeah, I'm using. You need that? No, no, I'm not copying it. Yeah, children. You can just underline this. Oh, sorry.
Where we have to underline, ma'am?
Yeah, just 1 second. In your textbook, it's there.
Textbook.
Yeah, the whole thing. Just one.
Ma'am, textbook or course book?
Course book, sorry. Course
Okay.
book.
Ma'am, we don't have course books.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't
Ma'am,
have course
today
book, then
only
you can
we'll buy,
write it.
ma'am.
You can write it. Till then, till you buy, you can write it in your classbook books. You have the books with you?
Tomorrow you can tell now, ma'am. Course book.
You're going to get it tomorrow? Today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Give it tomorrow, ma'am. Send the
Later on. Okay, later on I'll make you underline all these things. Don't worry.
Ma'am, send the PPT, ma'am.
Okay. So the biodiversity includes the Earth's planets, animals, their habitats, and all natural processes.
Ma'am,
They depend on one another, children.
ma'am,
Yes?
ma'am, the biodiversity include human beings also.
Yes, it includes human beings also. All the habitats which live
All
under,
living organisms.
yes, under one earth.
Yes,
We also live on earth. Even we
yes,
need
ma'am.
air to breathe, water to drink. We are living on earth. So biodiversity is a central component of the earth's life support system. We depend on it for the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the water we drink. We depend on so many things. Like the biodiversity, we find so many organisms. They are interlinked to one another. You know the food pyramid? You know it, children?
Yes, ma'am. Food chain.
Yeah, food chain. Why it is useful, children?
And because we need
No,
to what?
ma'am, because that is why that is called as food chain, because we eat that and that will eat
Yes, ma'am. It
that
is like a cycle, ma'am.
organisms.
If it was not there, then what would have happened?
And we used to not have food, and the animals
Hello, ma'am.
also
Hello,
used to
ma'am.
not have food.
Yes.
Ma'am, is it chemistry course book?
Sorry?
Is it a chemistry course book or a biology course book?
Biology.
Ma'am will teach biology only, no?
Yes, I teach biology only. If
I didn't get biology course book, ma'am.
42,
yeah,
43, 44, 45.
okay, I'll just try to explain it later on. Tomorrow, when you get the books, I'll make you underline everything. Okay. So biodiversity is a central component. So there are so many things which are interdependent on one another. If they were not there, if the things were not there, if the food chain was not there, if one animal won't another, if they depend on others for food, like lion, they depend on deer, on and they eat rabbits and all. Na? If they were not there, then a particular animals they increase number. They may have had increased in number. If the green plant-eating animals were not there, if the herbivores were not there, then how there was so much of increase. We even cut the trees. It was just like a jungle. If the lions were not there, they may be increase in number of species. They may be increase in number of so many things. But then because of this food chain, children, the animals they eat, they depend on other animals. Because of this, there is a control. There is a chain. There is a control in the
Train.
system. Control in the system. So in further in this lesson, we are going to learn about one by one about everything, like how the food chain works. So now we'll see about the biodiversity, how it helps, like in soil formation, nutrients, nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon cycle. All these are happening in this biodiversity. Like we are going to learn about all these things in this lesson, like soil formation. We'll see soil formation, nutrients, what are the nutrients which are available, and nitrogen and oxygen and carbon cycle. What they are taking place, nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, how they are being circulating, how they are being produced. We are going to learn how the carbon cycle, how uh, we can see the nitrogen, oxygen, they are present in the air, isn't it, children? We can see carbon dioxide in the air, we can see nitrogen, oxygen, different types of gas.
Yes,
But how they are utilized by the plants, how they are utilized by the animals. Nitrogen fixing bacteria are present in the soil. I'm going to tell in detail how these are going to be observed by the plants. The carbon is observed, nitrogen is observed by the plants, how it is taken up. I'm going to explain in detail in this lesson, and how the energy is being produced. And even if we see the flood and erosion control, I'm going to tell you about this now. Flood. Floods usually they happen because of rains. The water it flows. So what these plants do, the big plants, they act like a barrier. They act like a barrier during these floods. They just control the soil. They grab the soil. They bind the soil together. They won't allow the soil to flow from because of the floods. Soil erosion, they control the soil erosion. Plants, big plants and trees, they control the soil erosion. Erosion is nothing but the flow of soil from one place. If the soil moves, then there'll be a very much loss of fertility of the soil, isn't it, children? Soil is fertile. If the soil is fertile, if it is flown through the flow of uh, water during floods, then how the crops will be grown? There will be a huge damage. Food and medicine, how this biodiversity is being used, how it is helpful in producing different varieties of food, and even how many types of medicines we are going to prepare with the help of different types of organisms. You know that uh, with the help of organisms also we can get medicines. What is the medicine what is the antibiotic which we get from microorganism, which we have learned in our previous theme? Can anyone just tell me? In our last lesson?
Streptomycin,
Streptomycin.
Yes, good. And what else?
Tet-
azithromycin, tetramycin.
Yes, and penicillin. So these are the medicines which we get
Penicillin.
from,
Penicillin, ma'am. Penicillin.
yes, these are the medicines which we get from microorganisms. Yes, so we
Yes, ma'am.
different types of climates. Like you can, if you
Yes, ma'am.
just how you have just discussed before starting the class, that you have visited so many hill stations, so you can find the climatic change. The climate is different compared to your
Very
place.
cool there, ma'am.
There are so many different climates which you can see. It differs when you just go to any desert area, how it will be there. It will be
There
very
is more humidity present there, ma'am.
hot. It will be very hot. Some regions are hot and some very cool, and some are changing according to the seasons. So this is called as biodiversity. We find so many types of things under one roof called earth. And even we find so many different types of habitat in the sea, in the ocean also. And now we are going to discuss why is biodiversity important? Why we call it, why we give it so much of importance, why it is important. Because it helps to maintain soil fertility and improve agricultural products, qualities and yields. There are so many number of vegetables which we are growing. The farmers are growing different types of crops. They are adopting different types of techniques in producing different variety of fruits, vegetables, isn't it, children? And even different, they even help in development of medicines also and industrial products. So because of this biodiversity, so many things are available to us in the nature also, isn't it? In nature, we can find so many things. Like with the help of herbs, we are preparing medicines. With the help of microorganisms, we are preparing medicines. Antibiotics, we are preparing different vaccines. And even the preparation of vaccines is again different, children, compared to the antibiotics. You'll learn in detail about this further in your higher classes. The If you see the
Okay, ma'am.
habitat of different regions, like if you just go for a recreational area or uh, like a sanctuary, so you can find different varieties, isn't it? How I just want you to write a list of things which you observe, like around you. How many different types of things you observe? You have to write, note down in a book. It's a homework for you, children. You have to note it down and you have to send it to me. Take a picture and send it to me.
Right, ma'am. Homework.
What are the different
Homework.
types of
Ma'am,
animals?
what is yours, ma'am?
Just make a
Okay,
tableau
ma'am.
and note down what are the different things, different places you have visited, and what you find in that area. I mean, like a change in climate, depending on the place, the habitat, the animals also differ, isn't it? Like you can't find the birds which you find there in the hilly station. You can't find the animals here, the same animals here, isn't it? Can you find? Because it's a hot region here. So wherever, what was your experience there? What are the different types of animals or birds you've seen there? And what's the climate over there? You can just explain it, you can write it and just send it to me. Okay? Understood? And now coming to, have you,
Okay, ma'am.
okay. Now just tell me, what is your homework? It goes, we have reserves of water. These reserves of water under the ground, they are very pure because the soil acts like a filter. The water, it filters through, there are big rocks and soil. There are so many layers under the soil, isn't it? There are so many layers in the earth. So these layers, they filter the water, and the water, it settles down under the ground. So it is free from all the pollutants. Trees and plants reduce global warming by absorbing carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases such as nitrous oxide and methane. I'd like to show you a video about this to make it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am. Play from beginning, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Introduction. If you look around you, you may get to see several different kinds of plants and animals. Let's take the example of your neighborhood garden or park. A typical neighborhood park may be home to a variety of flowers, each different in size, shape, color and smell. The kind of trees found here could range from big trees to small bushes. You may also have a variety of animals visiting this park. Forests are home to a diverse variety of plants, and type of plants and animals found in a forest depends on the soil and climatic conditions of the region. The existence of a diverse variety of plants, animals, and other living forms is known as biodiversity. Biodiversity. Terms. Let us learn some of the terms associated with biodiversity. Species. A species refers to a group or class of animals or plants having certain common and permanent characteristics that clearly distinguish it from other groups. Habitat. The natural surroundings of a plant or animal species, where it grows, multiplies and thrives naturally, are called its habitat. Flora and fauna. The numerous species of plants living in their natural surroundings, habitat, are termed as the flora of the place, and the animal species constitute the fauna. Together, the flora and fauna of a place form the biodiversity of a place. Conservation of biodiversity. The importance of forests and wildlife are listed on the screen. Loss of biodiversity. Some of the major
Ma'am, I
causes
can't hear
of
that
loss of
video, ma'am.
biodiversity are as follows. Increase in
All others you can hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Mm,
Nayana,
ma'am.
will you join?
Ma'am, I can hear,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Hello.
Nayana, will you join again? I'll admit you.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, once repeat homework also, ma'am.
Okay. Just 1 second, children.
Time completed, ma'am. 10:20.
Ma'am, time completed, ma'am.
human
Yes, ma'am.
population and use of
Still 5 minutes is there.
10. Ma'am, 15,
Still 5 minutes.
ma'am. No, ma'am. 10:20. Other class is
And 10:22 on
start.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, children. Then join the other class. I'll end this. Okay?
Ma'am, once repeat homework, ma'am.
Okay, children.
Ma'am.
Homework, I'll send it in MCB.
Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.